This episode of On the Line is presented to you by Living.Fit, your one stop for all your fitness needs. Make sure you go download the app Living.Fit today. Now here's the show. Welcome to On the Line. Today is Friday, June 3rd, and we got a pretty dang goofy show for you guys today. Mike Trizano hopped back on the show. Let's just say it's a very interesting interview. We have a plan going forward with him. I'm going to be assisting him with this. We're going to make him the most disgusting fighter in the entire UFC. So make sure you listen to that. That's a very funny segment, but that's a great interview. We go over our winners and losers for the week. We give our medals for the week, and then we wrap up with a little UFC Vegas 56 preview. So first and foremost, listen on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, listen on Apple, Spotify, Deezer, Stitcher, any podcasting platform, hit the follow, leave a review. Without further ado, here is the man himself, Mike Trizano. We are joined by a very special guest. He is a friend of the program. We are joined by the one, the only Mike Trizano. My man, how we doing?
Doing great, man. How's everything with you?
You know, it's great right now. Just nothing going wrong at the moment. So first and foremost, man, were you able to go hunt those hogs down south?
Not yet. I've been trying to book a hunt either down south, and I also want to do an axis deer hunt somewhere in Texas, I think. I've been trying to put stuff together. I haven't really been like working hard on it just because I've been focused on my fight, but I'm definitely going to get something in this year.
Yeah, I've heard from many people now the hog hunting is like maybe the most fun because you do the helicopter and it's just like you're actually doing a service for the community because they just destroy everything.
Yeah. And plus pork is delicious, so I'll have plenty of meat to bring back.
Exactly. Second off too, Yankees, best team currently in MLB, best record. Have you gone to any games yet, or are you still not catching up on the Yankees yet?
I haven't gone to any games. I'll probably go a few times. I haven't been able to because they had the whole vaccine requirement.
Oh, it was like the crazy, like all those different things you have to bring to the game, and then all the background.
Yeah, that was New York. New York City's terrible. So, but I mean, they lifted that, so I can go now. I just haven't had the time.
Yeah, makes sense. And also, you can't really go there, get the hot dog, get the beer, get all that kind of stuff because you gotta fight, you gotta cut weight. You're bouncing back. You're welcoming someone in the UFC, but before we get to all that and we get to the previous fight, this one thing I kind of forgot to ask about. What was the biggest difference for you between fighting in Bellator and the UFC? Even though it was so long ago, still, I mean, like there has to be some kind of a difference between the two when you were back then.
Trying to remember my Bellator fight.
Because wasn't it like I'm assuming it was like in a ballroom. It wasn't like in a stadium.
No, it was in a stadium. I fought at the arena at Penn State, where they play basketball.
Really?
So it was an arena.
Okay.
I mean, for me at the time, it was the biggest fight I had ever done. Arena, high level organization. I think I was 4-0 at the time when I did it. So, I mean, it's definitely a big step up in competition. So big lights, it's definitely pretty intimidating, I mean, I've got a lot of experience just fighting in general, but, I definitely, had to deal with a little bit more of those jitters than I usually did just because of the big step up. But I mean, I'd have to say they're kind of like the same in a sense. I mean, I think the UFC is a little bit more organized, but I mean, I didn't really notice like a huge difference. Yeah.
Like it's like I was thinking like maybe like in the back rooms, things like that, everything is just pretty much identical. Like there's really no difference. They just give you different gloves to wear, and you can kind of pick whatever shorts you want in Bellator.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much.
Yeah, not too much different. And so let's talk about this last fight. I'm just like one of the things I think a lot of people expected maybe was a little bit more wrestling, grappling, things of that nature. Obviously, it's a lot easier sitting on a couch saying, "Why don't you just go for the takedown?" Was that part of the game plan and you just never saw an opening, or was the game plan to try and strike and knock him out?
Yeah, I kind of wished I threw in a little more takedowns, because the one takedown I did get it felt effortless. Like I took him down with ease. So um, I just, I mean, he's good. He kept good distance. He was working his front kicks pretty well. I mean, he hit me with a front kick in like the first round. I thought I broke my ribs. So
Really?
so that was bothering me like the whole fight. Not making an excuse, like hats off to him, but I just wasn't as active as I wanted to be, and I'm just happy to get back in right away. Like I realistically want to fight like every 3-4 months. So after this one, I want to try and get 2 more in before the end of the year. That's my goal.
Did you feel any like ring rust since that was kind of your first fight in like a minute?
No ring rust. I just didn't do what I was supposed to do. I had a game plan, and it just shit happens.
Yeah, shit happens. Shit does happen. And also, like, when you think your rib might be broken, you don't want to put yourself in a compromising position where, like, you could really go at it. So was it just like a bruised rib, or was it just like he just hit you with a good shot?
Yeah,
And
yeah. It's just like a bone bruise and some cartilage bruising, but like that shit hurt for like a full month. Like I didn't really do much. Like if I coughed or sneezed, it felt like someone stabbing me in the side. Like it was horrible.
Was that one of the worst? Was that one of the worst post fight little post effects, if you want to call it that, post fight effects you had? Other than the injuries,
maybe.
other than the real injuries, like that.
Yeah. I'd have to say, I mean, I had never really hurt my ribs before, and that was pretty tough. Like I couldn't imagine if they broke, like how painful it would have been. But I mean, I poker faced it. He didn't know, so
good thing he didn't know, because he probably would have kept throwing a couple more side kicks,
yeah.
Yeah, it would have been good. But now you kind of said it a minute ago. You're now back to fighting like every 3 or 4 months. Is the first time really since 2018 you fought within a calendar year. Like obviously you fought in 2000. You fought with like a 10-month gap, but this is the first time in like 3 or 4 months. Is it great just kind of be back to normal and just kind of go back to what it was, kind of before all these injuries?
Yeah, it is, because I don't like sitting around, and I'm not getting any younger, so I want to make the most of my ability to fight and compete, and just every time. Like obviously injuries are part of the game, but time doesn't stop for anybody. So I want to make the most of the time I have and the opportunity I have, and can't do it sitting on the couch.
Well, time doesn't really work if you're like a heavyweight or if you're Tom Brady. Sometimes those time doesn't count. But one thing I do appreciate for you is like you went from fighting someone who's like borderline rankings, borderline all that kind of stuff. Now you're welcoming someone into UFC. Was it just a situation where they just offered you guys like, yeah, fuck it, why not? Because it doesn't seem like you're really playing that political bullshit.
Yeah, I want to get in there and compete, man. Everybody's tough.
Yeah.
Like this guy's coming in here for a reason. There's no easy fight.
No.
I'm just gonna go in there, do my thing, stick to my game plan, and that's it. Whether he's a debuter or he's top 15, I just got to keep winning. That's it.
Mm-hmm. And it seems like, as I said, so it doesn't sound like you were really like offered a bunch of different people. You're like, no, fuck that. You just kind of gave the first name they gave. You're like, yeah, sure, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Respect that. Love that, because it bothers me when people are too focused on the rankings, and then it's just like you can't get activity that way.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into it, because when you're a guy, like let's just say you're on a big win streak, and then they're offering you guys that are like way behind you, and again, there's no easy fight. So like you could get a guy unranked, you're on a win streak, you're ranked, and all of a sudden they come in and they sleep you in under a minute. Like now all of a sudden they're taking your spot. All your momentum kind of shifts, So there's a strategic way to.
I think there's a time and place for it. I think there's a time and place to kind of be like, all right.
But that's why we have managers and we have coaches. Because if it was up to the fighters, we would fight anybody, anytime. You know, that's why we're here. We fight, but you fight people at the right time. And then also some people, all right, I'll fight this guy, but I need more money to fight this guy. You know, like there's just a lot that goes into it. I never really thought about the money. You know, I feel like if you chase the money, it'll keep steps ahead of you. You know, you just got to do your thing and the money will come.
Are you gonna do something fun with the beard for the fight? Because I've noticed you're growing it out.
Yeah. I'm gonna shave it after the fight though.
Oh,
It's kind of bothering me, honestly.
Really? Maybe you could do like, well, it helps the chin, even though you don't really need that. It does help the chin apparently if you have a beard. Like Cody Garbrandt had that massive ass fucking beard. Got hit so many shots by what's his face? By Rob Font and didn't get knocked out. But it is what it is. Maybe do a mustache, little like flavor saver and mustache or something. You know,
I was maybe thinking like I like doing stuff that people don't usually do. I was seeing how long I could get the sides and maybe do like mutton chops.
Yes, that would be pretty badass. Or you
because I'm growing the mullet back, so we'll see how it looks. Mullet and mutton chops.
Now that the wedding's done, you should try to be as gross as possible in the octagon.
I'm down. I just, you know what? I've never been a facial hair person. First off, I didn't even know I could grow a beard until like a month ago.
Really?
Like all of a sudden it started filling in. I was like, ooh, maybe let's try this. Give it a go. Because my cheeks would never grow.
Yeah.
It was always like patchy. Yeah. My dad can't even grow a full beard. So like the genetics were not behind me at all. No. And then just all of a sudden it started coming in. I was like, all right, let me give it a go. But it's starting to like bother me. I see myself like moving it out of my mouth and I got to constantly like keep trimming it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not. That's the worst part of me. Mine's also so like light. It just looks kind of gross sometimes. It's like there's a right difference. Like, because if I go clean shaven, I look like a baby face. I look like I'm 16, 17. People at bars be like, you're not 21, dude. Get out of here.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
There is nothing wrong with that. It's a compliment, though. I mean, you know, as you get older, it is a compliment. You do love it. When they're like, can I have a second form? You're like, yeah, you can have a second form. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for thinking I look so young. But like the button chops, like maybe like the not connected mustache or the connected mustache like thing, and then you completely get rid of the neck beard.
Oh,
there's a lot of options. There's a lot of options for you. Like you can have some real fun with this. Are you gonna bring back the American flag cowboy hat?
Yeah, I had it last fight too.
Man, I just don't remember.
Both fights actually. So the last two fights I had it on.
Man, I'm just being a jackass and I just don't remember. I guess I just don't remember. Man, I feel like a dickhead. Anyway, yeah, we'll bring it back. That looks so funny though when you have the mutton chops, the fucking mullet. So for the mullet though, you didn't go back to what it was before, or are you gonna do something a little bit different? Walk me through your mullet game plan here.
I don't know. It's gonna take a while. It took me like my hair's so curly and I have so many cowlicks that it doesn't really fully turn into a mullet until like after that like year mark. Because it's like a fro, and then finally it's heavy enough where it drops. So it's a long process for me. I'm not like one of those guys with straight hair where I can grow a mullet in 2 weeks. You know,
it's unfair. It's so unfair. I'm the same way. Mine just poofs. It's just so thick. It just poofs. So many awkward stages. Many awkward stages.
It's a full year of awkward stage. Ooh. It just looks dumb, and then all of a sudden, boom, I got a mullet.
Well, to be fair, it still looks a little bit dumb afterwards. Let's be honest. I'm a mullet. I had a mullet for a little bit too. It still looks a little dumb at times.
It's ridiculous.
It's just
it's ridiculous.
It's just obnoxious, but it's so funny.
There was like, it was at peak form when I went to my bachelor party last July. We went to Nashville. That was when it was at its like peak. I looked back and I saw pictures of my phone of me with the mullet, and I was like, holy shit, this thing is disgusting. I was like, no wonder my wife is like, you need to cut that.
You
now.
Better not have that at the wedding. I swear to God. If we look back in this in 20 years and you have that, I'm so mad. No, it's just so no. Now you can do whatever you want. I think like if I was a fighter, I'd do the same shit. I just do stuff that make me like stand out and just be gross as fuck and just go in there and beat the shit out of people. Like that'd just be so funny.
Yeah, 100%.
Because like the other guys are like, dude, this guy's just gross. He probably doesn't shower. Have you ever considered not showering before a fight and just kind of being smelly as fuck? Like if you're about to go fight someone who's like a grappler, like you know.
I usually shower before every fight. it's kind of just like I shower and I like it's almost like meditation. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like if you're gonna fight a grappler, like somebody who just like is like an actual crotch sniffer, I would just not shower. I would just try to get as many workouts in as possible the week before. And just
That would always happen during back when I would do like jujitsu tournaments and stuff. Like you'd get these guys that would wear like singlets or they'd wear like the just like these super short, tight board shorts, and then that's it. And then the body's like fully hair, and it's nasty and they smell. I'm pretty. When I see that, I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna tap. That's it. I don't want you on top of me.
Once my face is in your fucking armpit, dude, I'm out. Done.
Yeah, that's it.
It doesn't matter how tight it is. I'm out. So we kind of talked about it a little bit before we got on. Which Game of Thrones character did you name your dog after?
Sansa.
Was that before or after you saw the last season?
This is after.
Okay, I didn't know maybe if you were like watching the series, you got your dog, you're like, oh, I haven't caught up all the way. I bet the season finale is great. Series finale.
No, I've seen Game of Thrones 3 times through.
Really? So you did rewatch it?
Yeah.
So
I watched it as it came out live, and then my wife had never seen it, so I went back, rewatched it with her, and then when the new season came out, we went back and rewatched the whole thing again right before the new season came out.
So you haven't watched it like since the last season came out again?
I don't think so.
Nah, it's
hard.
I
may be wrong.
I can't put myself to do it. Did you like the last season?
No, it was disappointing.
Very disappointing. I understood where they were going. Like the whole fucking Daenerys going crazy. I saw that coming. I thought.
Look, I thought her just absolutely demolishing King's Landing was the best part of that season.
Oh, it was great.
Incredible. Fuck it. Let me just burn this whole city down. Fuck everyone. That was the best part because everything else sucked. Like there was no White Walker fight. There was no like when all those White Walkers were walking in. Like I was hoping like all the main characters each got their own White Walker fight, and then when Jon Snow was like looking at the Night King and then he raised his arms, I was pissed. I was like, what the fuck? They should have just like one-on-one battle, and then maybe Jon Snow starts beating him, so he lifts his arms, and then all the White Walkers, everybody stands up. You know, like at least give us something.
They really nerfed Jon too at the end of the season until he killed Daenerys too. That was the most frustrating part. Like Jon was the badass, like 1v1 fighter. Like he was so cool, and then they just completely nerfed him.
Yeah, they're like, oh, screw you, you banished north of the wall. Like what? This guy did everything.
He should be the king.
You guys are here because of him. Everybody else has been dead. He's trying to get everybody like, yo, White Walkers are coming. White Walkers are coming. He's warning everybody. Meanwhile, everyone's kind of just like sitting on their thumb, like, oh no, you're an idiot, blah blah blah.
That blew my mind. Like it was they could have done like a whole season, like on the White Walkers, like a whole season of them going against the White Walkers.
Well, the entire show, in my opinion, was the lead up to the White Walkers, and then they absolutely just done in one episode. I was like, are you fucking serious? So stupid. But I'm pumped for the spinoff House of the Dragon to come out.
Yeah, I think they can't. Luckily, the David and Dan are off of it. It's just so frustrating too when you found out why it all got rushed. It's because they wanted to go work on Star Wars, and then they got fired from Star Wars. Fucking idiots.
But George R.R. Martin didn't even finish the books yet.
Yeah, he's never going to. He's gonna die. And
they kind of talked to him, and he was like, "Oh, this is kind of what I'm thinking. I think he did it on purpose." And he's like, "All right, let's see what the fans think if it goes this way. If it's great, I'll write it that way. If not, then I'm gonna write it a different way." And I think he's gonna write an alternate ending.
I was also hoping for more deaths in the White Walker scene. There wasn't enough main character deaths in the last season. It was kind of frustrating.
Just because there was no fighting.
Yeah, it was like, what the fuck? I liked the Mountain the Hound. That was a cool fight. That was
also one of the better parts of the show, the season.
Yeah, I think it was just so frustrating how the R plus L equals J thing was the most biggest thing for a lot of the series, and then just kind of like, that doesn't matter anymore. Who cares?
Yeah.
Frustrating. I could go on for hours about how much that series. I put my life into that thing. Like I was so invested. It hurt.
It was amazing. Seasons 1 through 7, incredible.
Even people shit on 7. I liked 7. I liked all those.
7 was great. The way it ended with the White Walkers blowing the wall down and then marching through, you were like, I can't wait for 8 to come out. Like they had us on the edge of our seat. Like I was livid that they ended it with that because I was like, are you kidding me? Like finally.
It's a good cliffhanger. They were so good at cliffhangers too. I'll give them that.
Oh yeah.
There was just also when you look back on it, all the best scenes in terms of you look back on like what was the best scenes, almost all of them involved the White Walkers, whether it be at Hardhome, you had the battle at there was another one they had. Like there's so many scenes you go back like, oh, it was all White Walkers. And even the battle itself was kind of cool for some moments. And then it also would have been kind of badass if the Night King's about to kill John, then Arya did it. There's just so many different things they could have done. Frustrating.
Yep.
All right, let's go ahead. I got 2 more questions. We'll wrap this thing up. Number 1, I know you're a Vikings fan. How do you feel about the Kirk Cousins extension?
That's how I feel.
I feel like they're just trying to ride out until Rodgers retires, and they're just kind of like, let's just be average until he's gone.
I mean, it's all right. So, what was it? It was 1 year extension, right?
It was 2.
It was 2. It was 2. I was hoping it was 1. I thought I saw 1. Well, there really weren't any quarterbacks this draft, so I was fine with it. But then, there you go. Freaking pain. Yeah. So there wasn't really any quarterbacks. We'll see what happens next draft, but yeah, I'm not a fan. I don't. He's not clutch, and he's unreliable. Like 1 week he'll throw 4 touchdowns, 400 yards. The next week it's reverse. It's like 150 yards, 4 interceptions. Like there's no consistency, and he's not a guy that's gonna get us a Super Bowl. We have a great team. We just don't have that spot. We need a quarterback.
The NFC also sucks. That's the other thing, dude. The NFC's so wide open. There's like when you look at it in terms of star quarterbacks.
After this past offseason, it's so one-sided.
Yeah.
Like you're looking at, I mean, just that one division, Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, and
oh my gosh.
Who's the other one in that division?
Raiders, Broncos, Chargers, Raiders. Yeah.
I mean, it sucks that they're all in that one division because there's always going to be somebody that's not going to be in the playoffs. At least 2 of them are going to be in the playoffs.
It's nuts, dude. Like that, the AFC just became it's literally the AFC winner is going to win the Super Bowl. Even though last year you could have said that, and then the Rams. But that was also because the Bengals made it. They're never making it back. I'm going to go out there and say that. That's my take. I think it'll make.
You never know, man. I mean, they made it this year.
Injury.
They're only going to get better.
Injury luck. I'm a big injury luck guy. But Joe Burrow's good.
I mean, I like Joe. I
love Joey B. I love Joe Burrow. I just think Zach Taylor's an idiot. That's my thing. I just don't think Zach Taylor is a good coach. I'm gonna say that even if he wins the Super Bowl, I'll be like, yeah, Zach Taylor, it's a terrible coach. He just looks like he doesn't know what he's doing.
Bengals don't have a good track record with their coaching, so
no, they don't. No, this is like they're like when you think of like average franchises, it's Bengals are one of them. So, yeah, it is what it is. All right, and so last question. Obviously, you're not gonna say I'm gonna win by decision. You're not gonna say you're gonna lose. If you have to pick a way, how do you see this fight going out against this newcomer?
I'd love to get a knockout, just a walk-off.
Shot him out.
Yeah, just hit him, just flatline him, boom, walk off. That'd be like the bthink
I would love to see it. All right, man. So appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you sticking with me through my little camera difficulties. I think we made it work. Appreciate you taking time out of your day, even though yesterday it was whatever. But anyway, appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no, anytime, brother.
Okay, so we are like 2 days away. So we were recording this Thursday night. I didn't look. I haven't seen what Mike's done yet with his facial hair. I think he's going to do it Saturday morning. I'm excited to see what he does. I think the mutton chops are going to happen. Like that'll be so fun.
They have to.
Oscar with the mutton chops. We're all about this.
Looking like a Civil War general.
Yes, he'll actually be like Colonel Trizano. Out there,
Colonel
Trizano, man. He's a fucking dog. I love him, man. He's one of my favorites. So let's get going into the show. Let's talk about some of our medals for the week. I'll start with my bronze medal. For all those not aware, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series finally came out. It's out and about, which also brings about Star Wars debates. They're everywhere. We're even at the point where Star Wars had to come out and defend their actor. Now, I just want to say this. I also don't like the character, but not for that reason. I think she's just I don't think she's very well written. There's some other gripes against her about like how she shouldn't know Leia and Obi-Wan were connected. That's just good investigative work on her
That's
side.
really good investigation.
Without spoilers, there's something that happens in the last episode where it's just like, yeah, that makes no fucking sense. That's stupid as shit. That's the kind of stuff that where I'm like, I don't really like her. But there's people saying the series sucks, saying like Vader's too much of a bitch, things of that nature. I don't want to give away too much spoilers. I
I
liked
think
it.
this
I
is the
liked the
least
third
bitchy that
episode.
Vader's ever been.
Yeah, like Vader's. Oh man, it's for again. I don't want to give away too much. But just to put it simply, he's not out there to murder Obi-Wan. He wants to fuck him up as badly
Torture.
as he fucked up Anakin, Vader, and then he's really gonna fuck up Obi-Wan. Then he's gonna murder him at some point. I don't know when, but anyway. Star Wars debates are
At
out
some
in full
point in
force.
episode 4.
Yeah. Star Wars debates are out in full force. I love it. I love the fact that everyone's just against each other at each other's throats. I don't think this is like the sequels, which were legitimately terrible. Except actually the first one was all right. But I like the series. I like the direction. I can see where it's going. But yeah, Star Wars debates.
They had such a good thing going after the first of the sequels, and then they just they ruined Finn, Rey. The only character not ruined, I would say, would be Kylo, but that's the only one who got away scot-free in the sequels.
Adam Driver, sexy bitch.
Muscle man. Muscle man.
Damn, I like those abs. All right, Harrison, you're bronze medal.
My bronze medal goes to the Edmonton Oilers because even though they lost game 1, they scored 6 goals. And if you were paying attention to the previous series, they scored 6 goals in game 1, which they also lost. So signs are looking good for Edmonton right now. And if you got any money, if you got any money willing to put down on hockey, I would put at least $10 down on the Oilers to win the Stanley Cup at this point. Because scoring 6 and losing game 1, then going on to win the series, watch it happen in the Stanley Cup Finals again, and the Oilers will just coast to it. And then Connor McDavid gets his ring, Leon Draisaitl gets his ring, and then Draisaitl can come to Philly, and we're chilling.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! The cup goes back to Canada. That's the second biggest story. The cup's back in Canada. That's why we're all actually cheering for the Oilers. Even here in the States.
First since '93.
Yeah, I want to hear Canadians stop bitching about it. Let's get it back up there.
Yes, sir.
So let's go on to our silver medals. My silver medal goes to Jordan Levitt for being told he cannot twerk if he beats Paddy Pimblett at UFC London. For all those unaware, last time Jordan Levitt won a fight, he twerked on stage. He twerked in the octagon, did like the splits and started twerking his ass. UFC told him, we're going to fine you a shitload of money if you do that again. Go do it. I think if he beats Paddy Pimblett and like finishes him, let him twerk A, and B, start a GoFundMe and it will be funded instantly. I guarantee you, there's enough people who don't like Paddy Pimblett, like they'll fund that shit, dude. Like twerk away. Easy. It's 2022. Let my man twerk. It's Gay Pride Month. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't think he's gay, but like let the man.
But like, it's Pride. Like it's 2022. Let the man twerk.
In the year of our Lord.
It's a great way of celebrating a win.
In the year of our Lord in 2022, man, that's fucked up.
Damn shame.
It's fucked up. All right, before I cancel myself for probably like the 30th time in the show's history, Harrison, why don't you move on to your silver medal?
My silver medal goes to the movie that made $60 more billion at the box office, Morbius. Because it has rode the memes back into 1,000 theaters across the country. The memes made it possible for 1,000 theaters to be like, yeah, we're gonna show Morbius again, and I don't think anyone's gonna go see it. If you go see it, you ruin the memes.
You can't go. You had to bully them into putting it back out there, and then you just don't show up.
Exactly.
Terrible movie.
Like
Jared Leto should never be allowed to be a superhero ever again.
Because he fucked up Joker.
Yeah.
And now he's the greatest comic book character of all time in Morbius. But like, if you go see the movie and he doesn't say it's Morbin time, I don't know if he actually says it or not confirming anything. But if he doesn't say it's Morbin time, then the movie's ruined.
Yeah, it's like an Infinity War when you say Avengers Assemble. Like it's kind of cringy when you hear it, but you're like, kind of neat. It's like an assessment.
You kind of need it.
Kind of need it. Yeah. So Morbius, shout out. Morbius. So go to my gold medal. I mean, if you listen to the show, you know what I'm gonna say here. It's Johnny Depp, dude. Dude gets his bed shit in, wins $15 million. I love the meme where he's like, "I won, she broke." Fucking love that meme. Great meme. But shout out Johnny Depp, man. He finally won. Let's get some Pirates of the Caribbean back. Love that series. Disney,
Bring
come
back
on.
Jack Sparrow.
Come on. Win over
We need the run.
the non-woke mob will love you again if you'll bring back Johnny Depp. So Johnny Depp, man.
Johnny Depp.
Captain Jack Sparrow. All right. Harrison, your gold medal.
I knew he didn't have it in him to actually be an abuser.
Also, Noah's badass as fuck is the fact that he wasn't even at the trial. He wasn't even there for the verdict. He was like in England getting pints. Like, dude's a baller.
Just got out at the pub, grabbing a pint, just enjoying life, as he should.
What a dog. All right, you're a gold medal, Harrison.
My gold medal goes to Madden for making the easiest decision in video game history, and that is actually putting John Madden back on the cover. Because they got 3 renditions of it for this year, and all of them are John Madden just doing what he does best. May he rest in peace. Just a legend, and you knew he was going to be on the cover when after he unfortunately passed. But it's the perfect way to honor a legend, and thank you, John Madden, for being the man that you were.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's go on and get into this UFC preview real quick. Boom is actually currently in a fight camp, so he's not going to be able to make it. I think we're going to move forward. He kind of said, like, I'm going to be so fucking busy. I'm trying to get as many fights as possible. So we're going to go forward back, just me shooting shit into a camera for a solid, like, 7, 8, 10 minutes. I don't know. I'm going to try to hammer through this. Quick thoughts. Have real questions. Just DM me or ask me or just, like, tell me I'm a dipshit. I don't care. Whatever works best for you. We're actually going to move from the main card down.
Part.
Yeah, the dipshit part, I know that's probably what you're all going to go for. We'll start with the main event. Rosa Strike Volkov. He could get Frozen Strike. He hasn't looked that bad in his past couple fights, honestly. Even in like the Curtis Blades fight, he clipped Blades a couple times. It's just his takedown defense dog shit. But again, the problem is he gets frozen. He just won't throw anything. Volkov's looked worse and worse as his fights have gone on. It's kind of a toss up. Age and just kind of getting beat pretty hard. I mean, Aspinall kind of walked right through him, but Aspinall is a future champion, so I don't know how much stock you can put in that. I do like Rosenstrike. I like him as a dog, but not enough to like for other stuff in this card where like I actually love. But the main event, hopefully, he doesn't go 5 rounds. But I mean, what is what it is. Let's go to the co-main. It is Dan Ige versus Movsar Evloev. Evloev, Ige is going to be a grapple fucking. I don't know what else to tell you.
Dagestani.
No, he's not a Dagestani. He's just a Russian.
Oh, no?
Yeah, he doesn't have the neck beard. He's just clean shaven. He's just a grapple fucker. And also, he's just going to crotch sniff. Russia. He's just going to crotch sniff him, and there's Ige's takedown defense is not good. Unless he clips Evloev with a lucky shot, even though he has hard hands. He is a 50K Dan Ige, but I'm not expecting anything different. So Evloev. Just grapple fucks for 3 rounds. Mike Trizano versus Lucas Almeida. No bias. Trizano, friend of the program, obviously earlier on the show. Yeah, 0 bias. I mean, I don't think he's going to finish him early. I mean, he's kind of the process kind of a guy. He'll kind of work his way through to the later rounds. I think he's going to finish.
The jersey in him.
Yeah, it's a jersey. I think it's going to be a late finish for Big Triz. Hopefully, he looks disgusting when he does it too. Moving on to Pauliana Botello.
He has to look just disgusting.
I just want him to be repulsive. Pauliana Botello versus Karine Silva. Silva's a finish machine. But this is her biggest test, I would say, in the UFC. We'll see what happens. Give me a finish. That's all I asked for. That's all I asked for all these like women's main events that like don't really make sense. Which, by the way, don't really understand how just this one is in the main
one
card.
Of the year.
What?
Not the first one. Just another one after the Molly one because we haven't had a finish in a women's fight since the Molly. Oh, we have.
Yeah. Shit. Harrison, remember what we've talked about with the UFC? I'm cutting this part. Remember what I told you?
Yeah.
You don't have to keep talking. You don't know.
Yeah, I thought I had it.
No, it's okay. Cut. Anyway, doesn't really make sense with this fight being in the main card with Blanfield and Aldrich fighting earlier, and also what was the other one? And actually, Carolina Felicia not being the first card fight. And them switching those. We'll get into later. That made no sense to me either. But anyway, Mennefield, Mazarov, they're just going to murder each other. This will be fight of the night. As we're getting a big bump up in quality of fighters, so I think Mennefield might get the knockout. It's going to finish early. I think the odds are like minus 700. Fucking crazy. So I don't know. I don't know who to pick there. I'd go with Mennefield just because of the matchups and his experience in the octagon, but it is what it is. Then our boy Ode Osmo versus Zaruk Adeshev. from a conversation with Ode, it sounds like he wants to kind of counter him and finish him on the feet. If he takes it to the ground, he can do whatever he wants to him. He can grapple fuck him to death. He can submit him. Whatever he wants to do, he can do it on the ground. So this is going to be interesting to see what Ode wants to do. I think he can finish it wherever he wants. But based on our conversation, I think he's just going to try to clip him early. He's going to try to clip him and finish him on the feet. He has a huge reach advantage, so it is what it is. I think that'll end up being what happens. Herrig versus Carolina. These guys, both these women haven't fought in like 5 years. Who cares? Next, Joe Selecki versus Alex De Silva. First round De Silva. I would take like De Silva first round, and then if he doesn't finish it, take Selecki. Like that's kind of the name of the game when it comes to De Silva. But I think I think De Silva's gonna pull it off. If we're gonna be honest, I know he's been on kind of a big layoff, but I think he's better on the feet, better on the ground. Just he kind of has a gas tank issue. Moving on to another friend of the program, Damon Jackson, Daniel Argueta. Argueta's kind of a tough motherfucker. I don't think it's going to be quick. I think Jackson will wear him down and finish him later on in the fight. Maybe even goes to decision. But Argueta he could potentially warrant the price tag. But I mean Jackson's going to win, but Argueta could warrant the price tag. Dude is a tough son of a bitch. Saint Denis versus Stolte. I don't know, dude. Like, Saint Denis got murdered for like 3 rounds straight, got finished like 7 different times, and just the ref wouldn't pull him off. So he just kept getting finish after finish after finish. So it'll be interesting to see how he responds to that. I like Stolze, but like nothing too confident. Munoz Jr. versus Gravely. This is gonna be a super fun grappling matchup. Just sometimes you get those grappling matchups that are super fun, where it's just kind of all crazy sprawls and it's just I don't know how else to describe it. It's just tune into this one. If you like grappling, you'll like this one a lot. I don't know. No matter what, I think it ends in sub, though. Gravely Munoz. So we got Johnny Munoz. Well, I just said Gravely, but I'm dumb as shit. Jeff Molina versus Zalga Zumagulov. I like Jeff Molina, but he left us on red. So Zumagulov's going to murder him. Also, I think completely non-biased. But Zumagulov, it's kind of, he is a tough guy. He's a big matchup for Jeff Molina. Molina got pieced up in his last fight. I forget who was fighting, but he was getting pieced up pretty bad. Zumagulov's a better striker than that guy. I think Zumagulov actually, I don't think he's going to finish Jeff. Jeff's a tough dude. But I think wherever they go, I think Zumagulov can, he'll take it wherever he wants to go. I think this goes the distance. But I think Jeff's getting a lot of public opinion. I think it's closer to a pick'em. So if you're going for the value play, Zumagulov's an easy like value play. Michailidis versus I'm not even gonna try to say this guy's name. Renat Fakhtaradinov. I don't know. I fucked that up. Pretty much they're both
Close
going down
enough.
a weight class. I'm close enough. Michailidis, I mean, he's pretty chinny. He's going down a class. They both hit hard, so who knows what's gonna happen. This fight won't go past 2 rounds, so that's another one that'll be fun. And then to wrap up, Blanchfield Aldrich, grapple fucking. Blanchfield is just going to grapple fuck the absolute piss out of Aldrich. If you want to skip this fight, you probably should, and you already know who's going to win. So there you go. There's your quick review. There's your quick recap. That's what you got. I don't. In terms of the best bets, Zumagulov, love. What else did I really like that I saw earlier? Damon Jackson round 3, I like a lot. Do a little parlay of Trizano and Ode to finish. There's a lot of other kinds of stuff. A lot of fun stuff. Listen, look at the blog, and you'll see what I really like. I have to do a deep dive later. But best bet I would say is do a parlay of Trizano and Ode Osborne. So that's what we got.
That's
for the
easy
card.
money.
That's easy money. Friends of the program parlay is actually 1-0. No big deal. Actually, no. It's
Hopefully
like
about to be 2-0.
Actually, no. It's lost a couple times when we had Chris Barnett.
Yeah, but like,
those are our boys.
we when we preface it, it's 1-0.
But we actively are saying we like it. The Friends of the Program parlay is 1-0. So asterisk 1-0. So that's what we got for you guys this week. Next week, got a bunch of really fun interviews. So stay tuned for that. We're getting closer to Calvin's headline at UFC Austin. That'll be a very fun interview. We got a bunch of friends of the program actually fighting on that. So stay tuned. And catch you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around with me all the way to the end. I just want to once again thank the sponsor of the show, Living.Fit. If you're looking to better yourself, make sure you go to download the app or visit the website Living.Fit today.